building AI agents. So I'm actually going to be playing around with building AI agents. And my whole thing right now is I'm going to test it out and see what's working, see what's not working, and what I find that actually works, I plan to share with everyone on here. With AI agents, we want to make sure we don't expect them to do everything from 0 to 100, right? So we want to, and this is how I always, when I hired employees, my assumption is that they're not going to be 100% me. They're not going to be able to do what I do. But instead, I expect them to be around 75 to 80% of what I could do. And when we bring anyone on, even contractors, employees, we want to see them where we set them up for success and they do the job that they're good at. And then we also do a review. So I call it the 10-80-10 split. So the way it would work is that we'll do 10% of the work to kind of set up the employee up or the contractor up for success, right? Whether it's making sure they understand where all the files are, and giving them the roles of what they expect to be doing. And then they'll do the 80% of the work. And then the last 10% is when we come in and we say, okay, we approve this doesn't look good, we need to change this up, and we review it, right? So this is pretty much how it should look when you have an employee or you're working with a contractor. Whether they do 80% or 70%, you would have to fill in the regular missing percentage, right? So, and in general, 80% is really good. If you could find an employee or a contractor that could do 80% of the work, that's actually really good. And most of the time, they're going to land around 60 to 75%, right? So let's just say we hire someone and they're at 60%. We'll probably do the first 20%. They'll do the 60%, and then we do the last 20%. And hopefully in time, they'll start getting more experience to understand the process and procedures, and they'll start moving towards 80%. With AI, we got to think about it the same way. And with AI, the benefit here is that it actually learns quicker, right? So we could get a 60% AI over to 80% probably within 2 to 3 weeks. That's usually the goal. So kind of, I saw this post where on Instagram, I thought it was funny, where we show AI what to do, AI will go do it, and then AI just does whatever it thinks it needs to do, but doesn't always complete it, right? And we can't expect AI to be 100%. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to have issues. And it's our job to make sure that we fix it. Just as if we were to hire anyone in our firm or hire a contractor to help us out, we want to make sure that we are checking their work. And if it looks like this, we could go fix it. We could say, AI, hey, you missed all these fence marks right here. This is how we're going to fix it. So here are the agents that I made. I made a marketing agent named Marcus. And the first thing I always did for any of the agents is set the role. And we want to do a specific role. You don't want it to be like, it could do everything, right? You want it to be like, this is your one role. And for this one is marketing. And for Marcus, he's going to draft my social media posts. He's going to create my lead magnets. He's going to know exactly what my niche and targets are, set the agenda, leads the meeting later on that I'm going to set up. And he's going to be my accountability coach as well. So I set his role, and then I point him into the right direction. And I say, okay, here's the folder that you're going to be looking at and working out of. And this folder has different things. It has like, my ideas of what type of posts I want to do in the future. And I'll take articles from different things and then put it into this folder. And then Marcus is going to look at it and say, okay, maybe this is more relevant. This is how we should do the social media post, whether it's video, text, or pictures. So this is the knowledge base for Marcus to work out of. And then we set the cadence of how often I'm going to meet. Just like if I were to hire an actual marketing agent, I'm not going to meet them every day. I'm going to meet them maybe once a month, and we're going to discuss, okay, here are the things that I wanted to post on social media. Here are the information that you have. Now let's talk about it. And the cadence of the meeting is where we talk about it. We set the schedule. Marcus brings the ideas inside the meeting and says, okay, you wanted to talk about Augusta rule. Here are 3 posts that I think you should do. One should be video, one should be picture, one should be text, right? So Marcus will give me those ideas. And then in the meeting is when I approve it or not. This is when I say, okay, I like what you did here. Let's run with this one. But I actually don't like this one because it's too long, it's too boring, or it's too technical. I need you to fix it. And as Marcus is fixing these over time, this is where we get them from 60% to 80%, because this is where Marcus is going to learn what I actually want in social media, what my brand should look like. So he'll continue working on that and improving over time. And then also, I want Marcus to be my accountability coach, because he needs to follow with me saying, hey, we're supposed to make a video for this. Did you make it yet? Or here's a schedule for the next 4 weeks of social media posts that one every day. And I want to make sure that you have all the information for it, or we created everything for it. If we didn't create it yet, we need to make sure that we create it. And usually it's probably going to be on me, like making a video, because that's probably something Marcus can help me with. So I will make the video and I will tell Marcus, hey, I made the video. It's set for this date to post, right? But I could also tell Marcus, like, oh, I didn't have time to make a video. And then Marcus will set the date to a later time and then follow up with me at a later time to make sure that I'm making a video. So that's kind of the agent I'm working off of, like looking at as an actual marketing person that I hired outside to help me with this. And over time, hopefully it gets better. So that's kind of my idea. And I'm going to test this. I'm going to test Marcus out tomorrow, because Fridays are my marketing days. But I also have my sales agent, Sally. Now, one of my biggest problems is when I get a lead, someone might message me on Facebook and say, hey, I'm interested. And I might just respond really quickly and say, yeah, here's information. Let me know when you want to talk. And after that, I never follow up. Like, that's kind of been my problem. So now I need Sally here to help me follow up too. So I could say, hey, Sally, this person reached out to me. Make sure that they're in the funnel, right? Or then maybe even if I have a discovery call, I'm really bad at following up after the discovery call. So Sally here has access to all of my meeting notes and my Fathom, so all the recordings. So Sally will actually read a transcript and say, okay, this is a hot lead, warm lead, or cold lead. And then with all the hot leads, it goes into one funnel. With all the medium or warm leads, it goes to another funnel. And with the cold leads, they'll say, okay, let's just not talk about it because it's not a good fit. Right? So that's what we talk about in the meeting. So I think with Sally, I set it up every week to go over all of my meetings and potential leads that I want to talk about, and make sure that I follow up with those leads and draft the emails and everything for me as well.